Oh, hi. Yeah, I'm still here. Okay. Yeah, I can wait a little bit more, I guess. So do you ever feel like the universe is just making you wait for the things you really want in your life? Maybe you've jumped on the train of law of attraction, the new age community, and you're like, where is it? Why hasn't it shown up yet? I'm putting all the work in, I'm doing all the courses, I'm watching all the videos, I'm reading all the books, and it's still not coming into my reality. Well, here's the catch. The universe is not making you do anything. It's all coming from you. And in this video, we're going to talk about why the universe, or your higher self, you could say, whatever you want to call this ambiguous term, why it hasn't shown up yet, or why you're left in waiting. Sit tight. So maybe you feel like you're at a standstill in your life right now, where you're just waiting for things to show up. What if it doesn't happen, you say to yourself, or you're waiting on this thing that might happen, but it could also not happen. So if you feel like you're stuck right now, then this video is for you. There's a few reasons why, and I'm going to give you 5 in particular actually, why you may find that the universe or your higher self, whatever you want to call it, is making you wait. And number 1 is that you might be sending it or yourself mixed messages. So, it might be that what you think you want isn't what you actually want on a subconscious level. So a lot of times when things aren't showing up in our reality, there's still a part of us that's not on the same frequency with it. Okay, because either we're coming at it just from a place of ego, where we think it's what we want, but it's not what our heart, what our true self actually wants. Number 2, it's just not the right time yet for you. Sometimes there's a lot of things that we still need to clear out on an unconscious level that we don't even realize that we have still stuck within us. Okay, so maybe it's doing some inner work or shadow work, or some things that we don't realize. Maybe we're coming at it from just a superficial level. Maybe the things that we want, we think we want because other people want them too, and this can lead to the illusion of us thinking that it's the right path for us. So sometimes there's stuff, obstacles, work, maybe, other detours that we need to take in life, and it's just not the right time. But in our world, in our society, we get impatient because we think of things in a very linear way, right? We don't think of things in a circular fashion, that we're going to learn stuff along the way and then come back into ourselves. So really what life is about, and this is what a lot of ancient Taoism is based on, is that life works in more of a circular fashion, where really the goal of life is to come back into our true self, and realizing along the way and taking all these detours and, often not getting what we want and feeling frustrated and impatient, learning lessons along the way so that we can truly find like that bottom line, like who we were before society kind of screwed us up. You know what I mean? So a lot of times it's just not the right time, and we're trying to force it and we're being impatient about it. But our original self, or our higher self, knows better. Which leads me to number 3. It's in our attachments and our obsession with those things that we really, really want, and we're using a lot of force sometimes, or we're like, oh, I need to read more books or do more courses or do more work to get it to come into my world. It's often this exact attachment that is actually pushing the thing you want away from you. So it's fixation, obsession, attachment, coming at it from a place of, it can start off as something very genuine, a genuine desire that we have, or something we want to bring into our world. So we start putting work in. But as we're doing this, and you'll see this a lot in like the New Age community, where people start to become obsessed with things like manifestation techniques, and they see it work a little bit in their life, and suddenly they attach to it. See, that's the key. We attach to it, and suddenly you become fixated on it, which is basically moving back a step. So sometimes it takes a reset where you just have to like clear everything out. It's like, stop reading so many books, watching so many videos, and just kind of tune in to yourself. Maybe journal it out, because, you know, watching YouTube videos and always being in this constant state of like, ooh, I can manifest, like we're this sorcerer, that magician in our life. And then when it doesn't come into fruition, or we don't see things come, we start to get that frustration, underlying impatience, even though a lot of times we're in denial, we don't want to admit it. And that can set us back a few steps. Number 4, it's just not yours for the taking. And I know this might sound like not the most positive thing to say in a video about manifestation and the universe and stuff, but hear me out on this. Sometimes what we really zone in on that we think is best for us, we start thinking in black and white terms, like this is the only way, and we start to think in these black and white terms, in that I can't be happy where I am unless this happens, unless this manifests in my life. It starts to become this kind of toxic thing where we took something very positive and now it has an unhealthiness to it. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes the path that we think, it's like our higher self knows better what for us, because we start to get the ego involved. And as a human being, we just have an ego. We can't like kill it necessarily. We have to live with it. We know what it is. It keeps us separate from other things, and we start comparing ourselves to other people. So it's really, again, taking a few steps back, because, you know, sometimes in life we're detoured for a reason. You have to look at the big picture, like a bird's eye view sometimes, and know that this one thing that I'm placing all of my importance on, or I'm saying, if this doesn't happen, I can't be happy. Like, I must manifest this. I must have this in my life. Thinking in those terms, coming not only from a place of lack, but a place of neediness sometimes. And sometimes it requires a hard truth and honesty within ourselves to realize that that is what it's kind of morphed or transformed into. So you have to be careful in life. As a human being, we have to be careful not to get attached to certain things, right? We're all about quick fixes and wanting fast money, and some of the most popular videos on YouTube are like, you know, overnight success and riches and stuff. We don't want to like wait for stuff, because we've been trained that way, and we have to realize that we've been trained that way, but learn to kind of unravel that again. So there may not be one thing or one path in your life. There are many different directions, and a lot of times we're detoured, or what we think is like our purpose in life, or what we're supposed to do or meant to do, and we really feel it, you know, we really feel it and get into it. That can turn into a little bit of a toxic behavior if we're not careful, because again, it's attaching to that one thing or thinking in those black and white terms. So again, it may not be yours for the taking, because there might be something better in its place. And number 5, fear is allowing you not to be in control of your life, of your own destiny. Because again, it's this waiting on external circumstances, being in this holding pattern of always relying on something outside of you to come into your world. And it's hard, because we try to deprogram ourselves from this type of thinking, but there's always like a default as a human being that we have. And a lot of times it's fear that's in the way, because it's like once our timetable where we're like, it should have been here by now. I've been asking for it for a while. I've been waiting for this thing to come into my life for a while. And now I'm starting to feel the fear kind of creep in a little bit more. So it's being aware of those underlying emotions underneath the stuff, right? Underneath the superficial stuff. And a lot of times it's also conscious, unconscious blocks, where on a conscious level, okay, I know what I want. I know what I want. This is what I really desire in my life. This is what I'm putting the work into to really get into the vibration, the frequency of the thing that I want to see in my life. but on an unconscious level, there's still stuff stuck, okay? There's still a bit of gum on the bottom of your shoe that you still need to clear out. So it's a tricky situation, but really my advice to you is to let go of some of that hold you have, where as soon as it starts to, you start to feel impatience, or you start to feel a little bit of force come up, because just as a human, that's how we're trained. We're gonna have, it's gonna be difficult to kind of cancel that out. Just allow yourself to feel that for number one. Don't fight it, don't resist it, because that's gonna create more division between you and what you're trying to get on the same level with in your reality. But you know, not only feel it, but then like let go, ease off maybe the videos, ease off the, and I know this is gonna go against the grain of what a lot of influencers tell you, but a lot of influencers, they tell you what you want to hear because they want clicks, they want people to watch their videos, which is fine. I mean, if that's their business, right? I want you to watch my video too. But sometimes it requires a level of honesty and not being in denial about the things that you really want in your life, and looking at it from the aspect, okay, is this ego talking? Is this fear talking? Do I still have limiting beliefs that I need to take care of? Like, why do I feel like I need this thing in my life before I can be happy? Why can't I be present where I am? So it's letting go some of that control, some of that attachment. And once you do that, you'll elevate your vibration naturally, okay? So it's not doing it by force. And of course, you can practice certain things and meditate and all this kind of stuff. But sometimes it requires just letting go of the control, letting go of the attachment, letting go of this hold that you have when it's creeping up on you. So anyway, I hope you found this video helpful, maybe insightful in some sort of way. I know there's a lot of stuff out there on similar topics. And I just want to, I don't know, like, just make us all think for a little bit, like, how much are we really letting go of? And how much are we still trying to control in life? And, you know, thinking that there's only one way to go or one path to go, or thinking that the universe is this thing outside of you, when really it's in you, right? You're a microcosm of the universe. You're one with nature. So getting on the same page with that is going to be super, super important. So anyway, hope you found this helpful. Let me know in the comments below. Hit that like button, subscribe. I put out new videos every single week for you on all kinds of cool topics. And on that note, peace.